Hello and welcome to episode number 3 of the Audio Roast Podcast. I'm your host, Jared Isaacs. Welcome to the show. I want to say thanks again for joining us. Some of you, this is your first time watching us here on the Audio Roast Podcast, and some of you have been with us since week 1. So I want to say a big shout out and thank you to all of you. That being said, I did go back and look at, some of the previous episodes, both of them, and maybe in doing so, I've realized that I haven't taken the 2 seconds to kind of tell you what we're all about here at the Audio Roast Podcast. So that's what I'm going to be doing just real quick at the beginning of the show today. So here at the Audio Roast Podcast, we're going to be covering all things music, all kinds of music, all kinds of genres, decades, artists, you name it. We're going to do it all, from pop to metal to country to rock to R&B, hip-hop, jazz, rap, anything, you name it, we're going to do it. If you want to do a full show about musicals, guess what we're going to do? Musicals. The thing is, I've actually already gone ahead and planned most of the rest of this year and a lot of next year as far as show topics and whatnot. The problem I've run into, though, is I need to know who to put on these shows as guests. So that's why I've reached out recently and asked, what kind of music do you listen to? What are you knowledgeable about? Because I want to make sure that I have the right guest here for the right show, and make it the best experiences we can for everybody involved, and those of you watching as well. So that being said, the way that we discuss music is a variety of different ways, but one of my favorites is by playing games. I'm a big gamer. I like playing video games, board games, card games, all of it. We grew up doing that, so I've created games to feature in the show for you and for your fun and entertainment to play along with us. So please do, when we're playing games and stuff, your comments and your 2 cents as we're playing is always welcome. I want to hear from you. Tell me if you like the artist or the song that we're talking about, or the decade or the genre. Give us your input and let us know. Be a part of the show. That being said, some of what we cover is going to be kind of cringy. Some of the performances are not going to be that hot, and that's okay. Because guess what? We're going to roast them if they are not good. We have no problem doing so. We're not going to walk on eggshells. We're not going to, beat around the bush. We're going to call a spade a spade. If you suck, we're going to tell you suck. But here's the other side of that coin, too. Some of these are really good performances. Some of these can be very inspiring, actually. It might inspire you to open your eyes to a whole different style of music, or even a song that you've heard, hearing it in a different style, or somebody making it their own, can kind of open your eyes to seeing that there's more ways, to skin a cat, if you will. Music doesn't have to be so rigid and so predictable. Like some of what makes it entertaining, a lot of what makes it entertaining, is the story that we tell as individuals, as translators of the music. So that being said, some of it is very cringy, and that's going to be great. I'm really actually looking forward to the cringe. And some of it's going to be just flat out phenomenal. So I look forward to showcasing all of that. But I'm going to be doing all that over a nice roasted cup of coffee. Freshly roasted, by the way. I hope that you join us too in drinking coffee, or if you don't like coffee, tea, or water, or beer, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Drink something with us. Just let loose and have fun. Let's get away for a while. That's what I'm all about here. So, speaking of fun, I want to say thanks to Nathan Bryce for being a guest on the show last week. Nathan was a lot of fun. I enjoyed having him here, and I look forward to having him back very soon. That's Nathan Bryce from Nathan Bryce and Loaded Dice. Be sure to check him out on Facebook and follow him. They've got a lot of shows coming up. I know he's a busy guy, and they're a busy band, so be sure and give him a follow. Go check him out sometime. It's well worth it. I also want to say thanks to Alex Hines from Mood Ring Circus for showing up last week. Let me tell you about Alex. Alex flew all the way in to Springfield, Missouri from Los Angeles, California, just to be here on the show. Okay, maybe not. He does have a show, though, and he did fly all the way out just to do that show. I mean, yes, and see family and whatnot, of course, but he's playing a show tonight at Shuffle. And you can go and check them out. There's, I'm sure, limited capacity due to all the social distancing and quarantining and all the, all the stuff. It's the world we live in. And so if you're unable to go out, if they're at capacity, or if you don't feel like going out, if you can't go out, if you don't feel comfortable going out, guess what? You could still check it out. they're doing a live stream for the full show. Tom Hembry from Eye Candy LED is going to be the one that's producing and putting this whole thing on for all of us to watch on Facebook Live. So you can check it out on Tom Hembry's page, or you can even just go to the Shuffle Facebook page and check it out there. Now, that being said, let me tell you about what's going on next week. That's right. So once a month, we are going to be doing Classic Album Clash. Now, what that is, it's a concept where you take one band or one artist and two of their different albums, and we're going to go track by track and decipher which track is better, and all to determine the ultimate winner of which album was better on a track-by-track basis. So we'll get into all the details and stuff next week. No big deal. But this week, it is all about rock from 1970. It was a great year. As I'm told, I wasn't even born yet, but I have to be honest with you. In my musical taste, I'm the kind of guy I'm at the point in my life I'd rather go backwards than forwards. The deeper dive stuff I enjoy. So along for the journey with us today is Mr. Gene Whedon from Innuendo, and also Eric Gwynn from Sister Lucille. They're going to be helping turn the pages back in the yearbook. And again, we're going to be talking all things rock from 1970. So we are in for a really fun show today. I want to say thanks again for joining us. I'm really glad to have you here. We're going to take a quick little break at the word from our very first sponsor. You're never going to believe who this first sponsor is, by the way. So stick around, and we're going to get all the fun and games started here in just 1 minute.
Musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next-level production. Let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. Contact Jared Isaacs and check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox. Be an experience.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to the show. Welcome, Mr. Gene Whedon from Innuendo. And I think I see him over there. I can't really tell if that's you or not, but that seems to be Mr. Eric Gwynn from Sister Lucille. How's it going, fellas?
Oh, just great.
Good, man.
Fine and dandy.
Good. I want to say thanks again for coming on even short notice. Normally, I like to schedule this kind of thing out in advance. I'm a scheduler. I'm a planner. And it's not the way it worked. So.
Right.
Somebody's phone volume is up, I think. I can hear it.
That's probably Eric.
Oh,
of course it's Eric.
Of course. All right, not no more.
So who all is out there watching with us? I want to know. If you're watching, go ahead and say hello in the comments so we can see who's here. So I want to give a chance to kind of get to know these guys, do kind of a quick little interview and whatnot. But like I said at the beginning of the show, I just want to let's jump straight into a quick little game. Another way to get to know you guys without having to ask, hi, how are you? Where are you from? How long you been here? Let's let people get to know you musically. So I suggest let's start again. You guys ready?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Awesome. Verses.
I guess so.
Yes, that's not a stutter. That's actually a little something I came up with. So what we've got is we're going to put two different artists with two different songs and put them head to head. And I just want you guys kind of rapid fire to tell me which song you prefer of these two that are mashed up. So let's see what we've got up first. James Brown's Sex Machine versus Ike and Tina Turner, Proud Mary. Eric, what do you got?
James Brown.
James Brown.
Good Lord.
Oh! Gene,
Catch myself.
what do you think, Gene? There's no wrong answer, by the way.
Yeah, I've got to go Sex Machine because there's just so much funk going on there.
There really is.
That's like speaks to my soul.
There really is. And anytime that you watch James do this live, like the tightness of the band gets me every time.
Yeah.
That being said, as a vocalist, I get tired of hearing the same lyrics 60 times. So for that, I'd rather go Rolling in the River with Ike and Tina.
Oh,
But James Brown was always smart enough to hire awesome musicians to surround him.
That's very, very true.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. For sure. Let's see what's next. Oh, Midnight Rider by Allman Brothers Band versus Southern Man by Neil Young.
No contest.
Oh, Gene,
Allman Brothers, Midnight Rider, all the way.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you.
That's a good thing you did, Eric. Otherwise, you would have been the only one out, because I agree.
Right.
Right. Roadhouse Blues by The Doors versus Mississippi Queen by Mountain.
Mississippi Queen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Eric, why do you think Mississippi Queen?
That is a rocking, just a balls to the wall.
It really is.
It really is,
It's a
yeah.
good rocket
Just-
tune.
I like the
It's a-
blues and I like the feel of Roadhouse Blues, but hands down, Mississippi Queen is just a far and away better song,
Well,
in my
like that,
opinion.
and the fact you might hear Mississippi Queen one time a year on the radio,
Right, yeah.
and Roadhouse Blues
600 times a day.
little more
Gazillion
often.
times. Yeah.
Let's see here. George Harrison, My Sweet Lord versus Ohio by Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
I'm Ohio.
Yeah. Oh, you're going anti-Beatle, huh?
It's not the anti-Beatle. That song makes me quiver.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't want to go there, but it's very fitting even to this day. So, yeah.
Four dead in Ohio. Ohio.
All right.
There you go.
So that's versus. All right. Now then, I want to kind of get to know Mr. Gene Whedon from Innuendo.
Yeah, let's get to know.
Yeah, let's do, huh? Gene, how long has Innuendo been together? How long have you guys been a band?
Innuendo became a band in 1994 or 5.
Really?
I mean, long.
Are you serious? I had no
No,
idea.
I kid you not.
Wow.
Back
I did
when
not know that.
we were originally a 4-piece, and it was Chris Leo, Paul Tomlinson, myself, and a gentleman by the name of Tim Stallman. We were a 4-piece up in Kansas City. Paul actually lived down here in Springfield. Would drive back and forth for gigs.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's wild.
Yep.
So, how has the world that we're living in right now with all the quarantine and all the social distancing, how has that been as far as an effect for the band? Have you guys had to cancel a lot of shows and stuff?
Yeah, obviously, I mean, we're the same boat as everybody else. We're just dying to go play and can't.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
it's been
For sure.
a bit of a challenge.
Do you guys still practice as much as you did when you played, or have you reeled that back as well?
We've had to reel that back as well because I mean everybody. It doesn't do any good for the social distancing if everybody's still coming over to my house and
Getting together. Yeah.
So
Yep, that's true. And then there's also, I've got several irons in the fire as far as new bands and stuff. We've pulled back for that reason, but also because as a creative person, when the ball starts to get rolling, we get excited, we get amped up, and then our next thing is we can't wait to play out. And so it's like we got to kind of ease off the gas pedal for that reason as well. We don't want to get so amped up and then have nowhere to actually, play out and get rid of some of that energy. So yeah. Now tell me if I've got this right. You work at a car dealership, correct?
I do.
Okay. So, would you consider yourself a good salesman?
Sure.
Okay. There's the spirit. Sell us on why it is that you like music from the 70s.
Music from the 70s. Okay, so by and large, no click tracks. You found out who could actually keep time and who couldn't. Nothing was sequenced. There's no digital way to fix anything. It was either played and recorded or it was just not there. To me, the 70s and very early 80s, that's when the great recordings to me stopped, because you had fantastic musicians that went into the studio and were forced to be fantastic in a very controlled environment. And if they couldn't pull that off, they didn't make it.
Yeah, that's very true.
And now you've got musicians, in my opinion, that are they got some good ideas. They can do a little bit of this good, a little bit of that good. You put them in the studio and then we'll just digitally fix the crap out of it until we've got a product. And I'm not a fan of assembling music. I'm a fan of playing music. You put a band in a room and let them play. Don't go, hey, guys, the drummer can be here on Thursday and the guitar player is going to be here on Saturday. And
right.
You assemble music and you can't look at each other and feel and feed off each other. You're just assembling stuff. And
yes,
it's a way different feel than, you listen to a lot of stuff from the 70s. You can tell they're in the same room cueing off of each other. And it's just a live recording. And yeah, you can go back and fix a bad note here and there because it's,
because it's still got that human element. But that's what, like what you're saying, that's what's missing from today's music, right? Is that human element. Like, it's become so regimented that there is no mistake. You can't hear any, like a little flow away from the tempo or something, perhaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I dig that stuff. I'm a fan of going and watching a live band and actually watching somebody screw up.
Yes.
Because it reminds me that they're human. It took years for me on stage to embrace when I screw up, or we're a 3-man band. It's Paul and Dean Daisy and myself. If one of us screws up while we're live, we will look at each other and just berate each other and have fun with it, because it's fun. We're up there having a ball. I mean,
right.
Not everybody gets to do what us musicians do. Get up there and have fun doing what we love.
Yeah, for sure. And that's, we kind of have the best of both worlds now. We have things that are way too, well, I say the best of, and I definitely don't mean that. Whereas back in, like we're talking about in the 70s, people were very professional with their musicianship. Like they took it extremely seriously. And now it's either one extreme or the other, right? So either people are really decent players, but like perfect that in a studio that allows them to be able to do so, or they're just hobbyists that really don't put a lot of investment into it the way that people used to back in the day. And so you get both extremes of people that sound really good, but maybe really when it comes down to brass tacks, they're not so hot.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the reasons my kind of private vice is stuff like The Voice and even American Idol from time to time, because it's you get people on there doing live performances and stuff, and man, some of those people are freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And so that's I dig that when people sit in your basement or your room or your apartment or whatever it is and hone your craft. If you've got something you can deal with, you got to have the basics that are just a gift to you. But if you take the time and really hone that and go out there and show people what you've done, that's awesome. A lot of people up there just doing their thing. For
sure. Josh Poole on Facebook also says 70s had great melodies, harmonies, and solos. I think especially on the harmonies, in my opinion, that's something that's extremely lost, both in music and in vocals. Again, it's usually, and I'm guilty of this too in my band. Like I record all the vocals in my band, so it's not that the other people can't. It's just that's what's kind of the best thing, and so you lose again more of that human element, and that also in turn makes it harder to kind of connect with a full band, and that's a whole nother story. Like nowadays you can name Katy Perry, but what's Katy Perry's drummer's name? You don't know, but you could tell me everybody that was in Queen, so there's that. Yeah. That's Gene Whedon. Gene, we're going to keep getting to know you along the night here, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and throw to another game.
Dun, 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 dun.
What's it gonna be?
All right. Yeah.
Guess that song in reverse, the 1970 rock edition. Okay, so I found in doing the couple episodes that we've done here so far, some people are very not good at this, and that's okay.
Yeah.
This is not easy, and some people you're able to actually kind of mentally take those melodies and stuff. Especially in the 70s, I think it'll be easier because, again, like Josh said, there are more melodies and stuff, and you can kind of follow that and then kind of put that in reverse in your brain and guess it. So I'm going to throw a couple of these up here and see which one of you guys can guess this first. So looking for the artist and the name of the song. Whoever can name it, just throw it out there. You ready?
Okay, here we go.
Oh. Got it?
Alice Cooper, 18.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I had
That's
the
correct.
Alice Cooper. I couldn't get the song.
There you go.
I had to keep listening for a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay.
Just as a random piece of trivia, can either of you guys guess what the name of the next single from Alice Cooper was after 18, which by the way was his first hit single?
School's Out.
Do you have another guess, Eric? No?
Drawing a blank.
Drawing a blank. It's a good thing you weren't caught in a dream. That was apparently his other hit. It's one that I've never heard of, but I did listen to it, and it is a cool song. It's definitely got a 70s feel to it. It just doesn't have that big poppy kind of rock sound that he kind of grew famous for. So let's try another one here.
Okay.
It's Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin? Oh, James King. James King. Grand Funk 49, yeah.
There you go.
You're way better at this than I am.
Eric did well.
I prefer my music in the forward gear.
Oh, do you? I'll be honest with you, Gene. I absolutely agree, but Facebook Live does not like me doing that, so I've learned to not do it.
Okay, Eric, if you get the next one, you actually have to say the artist and the title, them in reverse as well.
I couldn't agree more. You'd be surprised what his win-loss record would be and go through the roof. I just have to give it to him.
Well, I just recognized Joe's voice.
And you just answered the question, what band member left James Gang and went on to join the iconic band, the Eagles?
Yeah.
I'll take Joe of Walsh for 1,000, Alex.
That's right. The year was 1975.
That's right. It was a very good... Wow.
Let's try another one.
All right. Oh, Spirit in the Sky.
By
Spirit. I think the band's
Norman
called
Greenbaum.
Hey.
That's right, Norman Greenbaum.
Boop, boop, boop.
Norman Greenbaum.
Norman
Someone's
Greenbaum.
Ever heard of him? He's a nice Jewish name singing about Jesus. Always crack me
The
up.
song was called
Are you reading this? What's going on here?
Oh, wow.
So I looked up a little Wikipedia action on Mr. Greenbaum, and it says right from the ever so reliable source of Wikipedia, Spirit in the Sky makes several religious references to Jesus, although Greenbaum is Jewish. In a 2006 interview with the New York Times, Greenbaum told a reporter he was inspired to write a song after watching Porter Wagner singing a gospel on TV.
Oh, really? Nice.
Greenbaum said, "Yeah, I can do that," knowing nothing about gospel music. So I sat down and wrote my own gospel song. It came to me easy. I wrote the words in about 15 minutes.
Wow. I did not know.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Norman Greenbaum coming in hot.
Well, I had the song right, but I didn't know it was. I always thought it was by the band. Well,
Spirit. Yeah. Yep. No, he had a lot of spirit for this one song anyway. I don't know that it. Gene, do you know of any other songs by him? I can't think of anything.
I
that,
don't.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he was a one-hit wonder, and it was a hell of a hit.
I think that's a strong limb.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Let's try one more.
Santana, Evil Ways.
Oh, such a good guess. You're very close. I'll tell you, you got the artist right.
Already here. All right. Hey, look, all right. What's the name of it? It's Santana.
You got to say it fast, that way no one knows that you got it wrong.
That's right. Oya como va.
Oya como va.
Which, according to the old internets, translated, it's "Hey, how's it going?" is the name of the song. And in case you don't know, there's like two lines repeated like 2 or 3, 4 times throughout the song, and that's all that the song is made up of. And those lyrics translated say, "Listen how the rhythm goes. It's good for enjoying mulata." That's it.
Okay, cool. So trivia for you, Mr. Isaacs.
Okay.
And on the album cover there, can you see the keyboard player with his head turned?
Oh boy. Yes.
And who is it?
I already know the answer.
Okay, so I know that I should know this. Okay, so I know that Neil Sean also played with Santana.
Yes.
But I don't think that's Neil.
No, not on keyboards. Definitely.
So
not.
I'm gonna guess. Gosh, was it John Lord?
Nope, it's Greg Rowley.
Oh,
Exactly.
man. Okay.
Greg Rowley and Neil Sean left Santana to go form Journey.
Wow. There you go.
And
I was on the right track with my Journey guess. I should have stayed on that
You were all
train
over it.
track.
now, Gene,
Yeah.
who was the drummer in the first early original Journey when they first put that band together?
Oh, that would be Ashley Dunbar.
There you go.
Whew.
Very nice.
Man. Hey, you want to sit over here in this host spot, Gene? You're killing it, man. That's amazing.
Hey, everybody gets lucky once in a while.
Yeah. I had the band right. I just
Yep. Indeed. Indeed. So, okay.
right.
Well, your record is speaking volumes, Eric, and now I want you to speak volumes. You play with a band, Sister Lucille. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, how did that get started, and how long ago was it you guys formed?
when I first joined Sister Lucille.
Okay, yeah.
They started, I want to say, Kim said they put that band together in 2012, I believe. And then the original bass player was her stepdad, Terry Simmons, as they known him as Tar Baby.
Uh-huh.
He was with them for a couple years, and then when he announced that he was retiring, he had told Kim and Jamie that he wanted me to take his spot. He already had me picked out, and that's what Kim told me.
And he had met you?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And he still
I
thought
was trying to
this.
clear that up.
Right. Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Now I ask about Sister Lucille because that's what you're in currently. What else are you in currently?
actually, I'm not in Sister Lucille no more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what? I know you don't sit idle very long or very well. So what other irons do you have in the fire?
Well, I just so happened to be in a band with Gene.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
By the way, Gene, Rick Moore says hello.
What's up, Rick?
Okay, carry on. So is there some sort of heart tribute that's coming together? Is that kind of what I hear rumblings of?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Along with Paul Tomlinson,
Really?
John Booz. Is that how you say his name?
John Boots is what we
Boots.
call him in the Dirty Saints.
Well,
Yeah,
that's easier to say.
John Boots.
John Boots.
Yep.
Sylvia Henry, and our new Nancy Wilson is Shannon Stein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Do you have your first show booked yet, or are you still in the
Well,
putting things together phase?
take it away, Gene.
We're still in the figuring the crap out.
Yeah.
State.
Yeah.
No, we're talking. What are we talking? August, September, something like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. We actually have a couple folks wanting us to jump out there, but we want to jump out there actually a little, trying to be well prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hard stuff is just
Oh my,
the early stuff from the 70s
oh my God.
is shocking how hard it is.
It is.
Yes.
It-
But what's nice about it though is the recordings and stuff in most cases are still very clean and you can pick those parts out. Sometimes right now, like in a lot of recordings, I feel like things are very muddy and it's hard to pick out your parts, especially like for a bass player or something, I would imagine.
Oh my God, for the bass part of it.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Everybody
Steve
likes to
Paulson.
EQ their recordings on the
Oh,
low
yeah.
end nowadays, so it's hard to decipher things.
That early years, the 70s era of Hart, Steve Paulson, that guy is tough to mimic.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
There's a lot of cool stuff going on
He's got some.
in those first few albums.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's got some tasteful, just intricate, I mean, just
Yeah.
mind blowing licks that he does. I'm constantly hitting my rewind button on my CD.
Oh, yeah?
What's he doing that? This is
What and
freaking me
how?
out. I mean, constantly going over it and over it. And I feel like Steve Fossen is an underrated bass player because he
Absolutely.
should be way up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, for sure. He's never on anybody's list, and I agree. He should be for sure. I know that you filled in for us one time back in the Sunset Strip days in my
Oh,
old band.
yeah.
And that was like on very short notice. And I'm the
Yeah.
kind of person that's easily impressed with stuff like that because it's no easy task. And I know before we started, Gene, you and I were talking, and that's kind of what you used to do in the day as well via the percussion shop.
Yes.
Are there any other instruments that either of you guys play besides what you're known for?
I started out on drums. That was my first instrument. I didn't start playing bass until my senior year in high school. And then right around that same time, I pick up playing guitar, do some guitar. But
Did you make the switch from drums to a stringed instrument about that time because you couldn't see over the drum set?
And no. I like that. That was good.
Okay. Hey. So that brings
So
me up
much
to
fun.
that brings me up to something. So all these jabs and jokes about your I almost said about your height, but about the lack of your height. Is this something you're comfortable with? Is this something that you're not so comfortable with?
Oh, I'm so used to it.
That's not what I asked.
Oh, sorry.
Are you comfortable with it? Are you cool with it? Does
I'm
it
cool
get
with
under
it.
your skin?
You know, it has at times over the years.
Sure.
But, it's just like, Eric, let's just blow it off.
Just gotta
Let's
let it
just
roll.
let it
Yep.
roll. It's
Same.
just-
Trust me.
Right.
Same.
right.
It may not be about short jokes, but yeah,
Right.
no, same. Do you have any good short jokes?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
No? I was
I
hoping that
hear a lot of them.
Okay, let me tell you. I was hoping you were going to tell us this joke and it was going to be this nice long setup, and at the end I wasn't going to laugh and I was going to say that joke wasn't very short.
Nice.
Uh,
Well, there you go.
Oh man. All right. So Eric, what band or artist would people be surprised that you listen to that they don't know that you're into them?
Oh.
Is there anybody that comes off the top of your head?
No.
Gene, how about you?
But give me a little bit.
probably Muse.
Muse? Yeah.
Muse.
Very cool. Very
Discovered
cool.
them by accident.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a movie that came out with Tom Cruise and oh golly, the skinny blonde chick. Anyway, it had a Muse song playing in the background. But I'd listen to watch this commercial, and it had this just cool sound in the background. And finally I caught like a little bit of lyric of the song in the trailer for the movie.
Uh-huh.
So I Googled the lyric and it popped up this band. So then I started watching this band and I got pretty impressed. Muse is a pretty phenomenal band.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's really cool. Eric, have you come up with anything yet?
No.
Nope.
I'm so classic rock.
That's the way I am. Yeah, like I said at the top of the show, like I'd rather listen to older music and go further back into the discography of music, if you will, versus, some of the newer stuff. It's just not my, and hey, if that makes me an old guy, I'm an old guy, so be it. I
was not a big fan of the 90s. And I remember my senior year in high school, I remember when grunge first hit and then Nirvana, I'm like, who the hell is this?
Right.
All that shit. And I'm like, where's the screaming guitar solos? Where's the...
Yeah, 90s killed a lot of guitar solos. They realized they didn't need it.
It was like an atomic bomb just went off.
Yeah.
And it was...
They thought they didn't need it.
Exactly.
Turns out they were wrong.
Yeah, turns out, guess what's back?
Yeah, nice try.
Yep, for sure.
But, there was a few 90s band I did like. I like the Spin Doctors. I thought they were great.
Yeah.
They were great.
So you like more of the bands that still remained as quote-unquote bands throughout that time, not like somebody fronted by somebody and then you're just kind of hired guns or fill-ins?
Yeah, I was just so against the grunge thing. I wasn't even a huge Pearl Jam fan at that time.
Yeah.
So, as the years, as you get older and older, you start kind of listening, it's not so bad after a while.
Right.
To this day, I will not listen to Nirvana,
Huh.
I was never a Nirvana fan. Love Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
big
yeah.
David Grohl fan, but just
Okay.
never did get into
That's
Nirvana.
right.
Yep, that's fair.
And I like some stuff from the late 90s. The Tonic and Vertical Horizon. That's some great stuff. And like you said, Gin Blossoms and Spin Doctors. Good stuff.
Alice in Chains, believe it or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, my gosh.
For me, I grew up in the 90s anyway. What I grew up listening to was country. So I had missed out on a lot of like the alternative rock and grunge and stuff. So I didn't even have an opinion of it for a long time. It wasn't until like the early 2000s I was like, that's the beginning of okay, I'm going to go back because some of the stuff going forward isn't so hot. And so that's whenever I really discovered a lot of the alternative rock and grunge. And there's a lot that I really like that I was surprised I slept on, to be honest. There is some, that I'm just like, man, glad we got away from this. But overall, I really did enjoy a lot of the 90s. So,
Unfortunately, the 90s just was not my favorite decade.
Yeah, that's totally fair. So I want to kind of show off some of your guys' playing skills and stuff to, again, I know I can see in the comments we've got people that aren't even from this area. And so I want to kind of let those people get to know you as well. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and showcase some of you guys playing live. So, oh boy, here we go.
Hope you picked something good.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. This was recorded by your wife, actually, from a show at Shuffle. And this is one of my favorite songs of the 80s. So let's check out and see what you guys are sounding like. Now, Gene, this is you singing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love a clean sounding guitar solo. Paul Tomlinson, clean as it can be.
He is absolutely as good as they get.
Yep. Yeah, seeing you back there behind the drums playing and singing brings me back to my transition of playing drums into being a front man. I got tired of having all that equipment and having stuff, as a singer. And I was like, man, this is too much to lug around, so I'm just going to start singing only. And haven't looked back since. But yeah, that's awesome that you're able to do both.
I didn't know you played drums.
Yep.
I love me some Billy Squire.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
God.
I hate what happened to his career. That damn music video killed him, and he could have been definitely talked about as an all-time great.
Yeah, that video really. Hi, Paul.
Paul says, "Oh, thanks, guys. Humbling, brother. Let me tell you, as long as you're that good, I've said it before to other people, as long as you sound this good, I have no problem giving you all the kudos that you deserve. Good on you."
Yes, Gene, I really love Innuendo. I love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
So I got to say too, in choosing which video to kind of show of Eugene, I actually jumped on your Facebook page and I saw a video of you guys. I want to say that maybe that was at Shuffle also, that you had went live and had your phone sitting off to the side. I got to tell you, I've seen you guys live a couple times for not. I mean, I think I've sat through a whole set and then had to go to other. We kind of do the rounds kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in watching that video, Gene, I've never in my life seen a drummer visibly have so much fun through the whole thing. I mean, my goodness, like the whole time you're just back here and just having a great time, joking with your bandmates, and man, you exude, and just, I mean, that feel-good feeling is visible to people watching, and I just, man, kudos to you on that.
Absolutely my happy place.
It shows. If it wasn't, like, you're doing a hell of a job acting, my man. That's insane. Yeah.
Yes, I've noticed that too, and I always enjoy watching Gene play.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you guys.
Yep,
And the
for sure.
high screaming harmony and vocals.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I another one I saw was you with, I can't remember, I want to say maybe it was Wicked Shimmy or somebody, and Kristen had got up and was doing Alone by Heart, and you went up there and did backups, and I'm like, my goodness, such good stuff. It's both of you guys, I appreciate you being good at your craft, so it makes it easier for me to be able to come up with content and be like, oh, look, here's something that everybody will get to kind of see and showcase you guys, and man, you make my job easy. So good on both of you.
Well, we do. We can.
Yeah, so, hey, Eric, I've got something that's featuring you. It is with Sister Lucille, but here's the deal. You still play a mean bass. It doesn't matter what band you're in.
Yes.
This is Wanna Love You. Can you tell me before we play this, kind of the setup? Like, where was this at? Where was this recorded? And when? Looked like it was in somebody's basement or in a studio or something.
Oh, I think that was in Republic at that. I can't remember the guy's name. Was this like early in the year?
Yes.
In the winter?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't remember the guy's name.
Was this a studio or just like some random guy's basement? Or
Yeah, literally a random guy's basement. You pretty much nailed it right there. He had it set up though. He had it going on, but yeah. I wish I could tell you more about it. I can't remember the guy's name right now.
Very cool. Well, that's all right. Let's give it a check out and see Eric Gwynn doing his thing on the low end.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know who mixed this, but the mix sounds good. I can hear you in there. Yep.
It's one thing I love about Eric's playing is he knows when to just be basic down low, but then when he can always climb up that fretboard and just fill the crap out of it. It's so good.
Yep, I agree.
Every time you come around me, you make my heart ache. But the feelings that you give me take the pain away.
We'll sing it,
So give me all your loving, baby. Please, please stay. Wanna love you in the morning.
How long did it take you guys to record this video? A couple hours? Was it pretty quick, or was it kind of a long, arduous process?
Probably about a couple hours.
Yeah.
About right. he hits through a high harmony there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Very nice.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, man. That's grooving. And, you know, kind of like what you were saying too, Gene, like Eric is very good about knowing when to step up in the mix as far as what he's playing and when to kind of lay back and let others do his thing. I noticed that the first time that you filled in Force and Sunset Strip in a pinch situation, and I was like, my goodness, that's a sign of a true player. Seriously.
There's so many musicians that are good at playing their instrument, but they don't know how to let music breathe. There are places in songs that
the
you
space
just
between.
let the space lie there. Just let it take a breath. Let the song take a breath.
Right.
And there's too many people that just try to jump in there and I got to fill up space. And Eric is so good. I've played with him enough times, so many times now, to where he knows when to just lay back and let it breathe. And then on the next turn, maybe instead of letting it breathe, let's make somebody else catch their breath.
Right.
Because he's just going to fill it up and do some crazy stuff and go, I'm just sitting back there going, holy crap, how did I do that?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And it's weird because, you know, started out as a drummer for a long time and then switched to bass and then becoming a full-time bass player.
Yeah.
It's like
You have that sense of rhythm already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's been a lot of times, you know, back in the early, you know, in the Trash Angels days when Doug Martin was drumming for us, there was one night we were playing at Daily Pub and he did a drum fill lick and I'm doing the bass line the same exact way. He do 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 do. I mean, I followed his rhythm pattern.
Right.
And we both looked at each other like, what the? It was like,
how did we do that? Let's do it again. That was fun.
I tend to follow. Well, you have to follow the drummer because he's the main guy that sets the time. He's the foundation.
Right. Yep. That's right.
And you've probably noticed that, Gene, when I've played with you.
I'm always trying to get you to follow me, but whatever.
Wow.
Sometimes it's like herding cats, is it not, Gene? Like little, small, tiny.
Hey, Eric, over here, man, over here.
I know it's my ADD.
I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
Oh wow, look, squirrel.
Susan, your wife, Jean, says,
Hi, Susan.
and he added keys with the drums. As his roadie, I know he moves a lot of equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. I move a percussion shop in and out of clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying shout out to all the music, the band wives and girlfriends and boyfriends, husband, whatever. Like, you guys put up with a lot, and
oh my gosh,
when you act as roadies and stuff, it really does help us at the end of the night because it's exhausting to be up there on stage. And then knowing that you had to tear all this stuff down and pack it up and put it up, and yeah, so kudos to you guys for helping out too.
Yeah, many years ago when Susan and I were first getting together, I was like, okay, you need to understand something. I play music, and you need to be okay with that because that's not going to stop.
Right. Yeah, it's a big part of who you are. Yeah, for sure.
Part of my soul.
Yep, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Paul Tomlinson says, my favorite thing about playing with people who are music lovers first, fanboys and fangirls who are also great and skillful players. That's both of these guys, hands down. Yeah, Paul, that's a great compliment to both of them, and I couldn't agree more. And you could see that visibly in them both as they're up on stage playing, and it's really, really refreshing to see. I mean, especially honestly right now, like Gene, I know you guys did are doing the live concert series at Shuffle, and I have no issue in I know that you're going to bring all the energy, no matter if it was a full house or if there's, the 20 people or however many people, 60 people that are allowed in there. Mm-hmm. Your energy level does not change. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that translate on a live stream because,
besides it comes naturally because I absolutely love playing and I love playing for people. I mean, when you start feeding off the crowd and everything like that, but even when there's not much crowd there, you're going to feed off something. I'll feed off the other guys on stage. But I stole this. This is not a Gene original. This is not a Geneism, as I call them. But I stole this, and somebody was saying you need to play every gig like it's your last gig because one of them will be.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, either you got too old, or there was an accident, or something happened, or everybody's quarantined and you can't freaking go play music. Play every gig like it's your last gig because I guarantee one of them will be.
Yeah. No, it's very true. Very, very true. And I got to say too, you're not the first Gene to steal something. So Gene Simmons is always trying to market and trademark every kid saying that he could come across. So, all right. Well, hey, let's play another game. This is a new game that we're featuring this week. This is going to be kind of I don't want to say it's complicated because it's not complicated, but at the same time, it's just a new spin on an old idea. So, what I want to do is, are you guys familiar with how to play the old game called tic-tac-toe?
Never heard of it.
Good. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to play rock and roll tic-tac-toe. This is actually tic-tac-no.
Tic-tac-no.
Tic-tac-no. So what we're going to do is I'm going to...
I was trying to do the YYZ.
Good thing we're not doing a podcast here, Eric.
No.
You know, where sound is, the most important part of what we're doing.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing YYZ. Man, that song. I know you guys wanted me to learn that at one of the gigs. I had to tell Paul and Gene. I was like, I can't. I cannot.
So Eric filled in with innuendo for a couple of gigs. We're like, hey, by the way, we do YYZ from Rush. You need to learn that.
And I was like,
and he's like,
I was like,
dude.
guys, I would love to. I love that song so much, but holy shit.
Yeah,
it's a bit of a handful.
It is.
for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
wow.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and show you our tic-tac-toe board. Let me see on the technical end of things if I can get this figured out. It worked perfectly in practice, but now that we're live, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, anything's possible.
So, boom, got it. Okay.
Oh.
So here's our little board. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask one of you to go first. Eric, you were late getting here, so you do not get to go first.
I
How
understand.
about that?
I'm okay with that.
Circle gets the square.
Right. So, Gene, I'm going to let you, again, keep in mind this whole show tonight is all about rock from the year 1970. So that's why the bands that you see on here are represented today. So you could see the bands, but they're going to be referring to a song by this band that came out in this year. And the idea is for you to finish the lyric associated with this song.
Oh, good Lord.
So, Eric, I know you sing some as well. Gene, you do sing also, so hopefully you guys pay attention to lyrics enough to be able to play along. The good thing is these songs have been around for 50 years, so, I'm sure you know them like the back of your hand.
You're saying there's a chance.
I'm saying there's a chance. Okay, so, Gene, what band would you like to go with first?
Sorry, go ahead.
If you get this wrong, by the way, Eric steals your spot.
Okay.
So there's that.
There's that.
Okay, so what's your first pick going to be, Gene?
I suppose we should go with the Beatles.
The Beatles. Hey, Let It Be. So the lyric for Let It Be is, Mother Mary comes to me.
Speaking words of wisdom.
Boom, got it right. So, that means...
Does he get a free drink?
No. And by the way, that free is the band, not the artist.
Oh.
So,
Yeah,
let me flip back here. Eric, do you have a pick?
let's see.
Keep in mind, this is still tic-tac-toe. That's the name of the game, so you're going to...
You should take Elton John because no one could ever understand anything he's saying.
Oh, gosh,
I
my
should-
heart.
Oh boy. Let's go with Black Sabbath.
Oh, Black Sabbath. Okay.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Let's see what song we've got with Black Sabbath. It is Paranoid. Are you ready?
Yeah, here
Okay.
goes nothing. Here we go.
People think I'm insane.
Something.
No, that's not something.
I know that part.
People think I'm insane.
Something doesn't close my mind or something like
Oh
that.
no. But I'll be honest. Like that's a very commonly misheard lyric. Yeah, nobody knows what it is. Gene, do you know what it is? Nope. Because I'm frowning all the time.
Oh.
Mm.
Dang it.
So, needless to say, since you missed that, guess what's happening?
I thought it was eating brownies all the time.
I mean, Sure.
Sure, that works.
Sure.
People think that
Okay.
I meant
All
to-
right.
So now we're back to Gene. Gene, it's your turn.
Yes.
You've got two. The board's looking definitely in your favor right now.
Oh yeah, he's gonna win.
Okay, that's the spirit, Eric. I love I love it.
Sure, Elton John.
Elton John. Oh, even though you can't understand
Yeah,
the words, are
we'll
you
just-
sure about this?
I'm trying to be generous to Eric here.
Your song. Okay.
All right.
The first part is, and you can tell everybody this is your song.
It may be quite simple now that it's done.
You know, that's close enough. I'm going to give it to you. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a yes in my book.
I would have got that wrong.
That's why I'm also giving it to him because, you know, nothing like a good clean sweep.
Right. Yep.
Oh, man. Okay. So the board is, man, is it ever looking in Gene's favor?
Well, good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck, Eric. Go ahead and try and block him somehow.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Let's go with.
So much confidence.
I know. Oh God.
I mean, there's one spot here you got to take. Otherwise, he's just going to win.
I'll go with guess who.
Okay. All right. So what you're saying is you're going to guess the guess who.
I'm gonna guess at it.
Okay.
He also knows that the likelihood of me knowing a Jackson 5 lyric is so bad. It's like,
Oh, man. By the way, I see you, Dean Daisy, saying, hey, guys, enjoying the chat. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here and checking us out tonight.
Dino?
Okay, so American Woman by the Guess Who is your song.
Okay.
Are you ready for this, Eric?
Oh, here we go.
I mean, nothing has ever depended on this more than anything up to this point.
All right. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. I got more important things to do.
Been standing around wasting my time with you or something like that.
Oh, it's so close. So close. I got more important things to do.
Spinning or wasting my time, something. I'm so horrible at
Okay.
lyrics.
Gene, I'm going to give you a chance to steal it. Do you know it?
Did spend my time watching over you?
Growing old with
Growing
you.
over
Yep.
you.
Yep. Doggone it. Well, guess
Wow.
what? It was a clean sweep.
Yeah.
Um,
Another karate move there.
Okay, so we have to know what the Jackson 5 question would
okay,
have been.
I'm so glad you asked. I don't like leaving open-ended questions and open-ended possibilities, so we will go ahead and go through the rest of these here.
Yes!
If for nothing else, the joy of those watching at home. And so speaking of joy, we saw it earlier, joy to the world. You guys have bells there. Go ahead and you've been ring-a-ding-a-dinging those all night. So whoever, by the way, one of them has tape in them, so I'm able to hear audibly which one it is.
Oh.
So one's going to be lower pitched and the other is not. So yeah, there you go. Yeah. So the first one to ring in with the
Mine's
right
flat.
answer is going to get this. And I'm here to tell you, we've been keeping score the whole time, and nothing matters more than the score of the games that we play here on the Audio Roast podcast. So there's that. Ashley Berry got the correct words. Then spend my time growing old with you. Now, woman. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, woman.
Very good, Ashley.
Jeff Ward says,
Oh God, what did you say?
The double W.
I enjoy weed and wanch, though.
That's right. It's the
Okay.
double W.
Yep. Gene knew it was coming. Okay, so joy to the world.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate the shout out, buddy.
First one to finish the lyrics. But I helped him drink his wine.
You know, he always has some mighty fine wine.
Boom. Got it. Okay. Let's try the Kinks. Lola. L-O-L-A Lola. Okay. Where you drink champagne and
Oh, boy.
I'm such a music guy. I'm horrible with
yeah.
lyrics.
Oh, it's showing.
I know.
I think it's drink champagne and eat cherry pie.
Oh, you are. If you were any closer, you'd be thirsty for some cherry cola. Tastes just like cherry cola.
That's right.
Yep.
Gosh, dang it.
You were this close, and by this close, I mean the height of Eric Glenn.
Yeah. Missed it by that much.
Hey, I gave you a fair
my
shot to
gosh.
escape all this in the beginning. By
I
the way,
know,
that's
I know, that's
yeah,
fine.
no, I will speak for myself. It comes from nothing but love and respect.
Oh,
So
well, I appreciate
so there's that.
Absolutely. By the way, I do have a fantastic picture of my phone. If I could find it, I would pull it up.
Oh.
Of James Davis,
Yeah.
affectionately known as 6'9", another fantastic bass player from Springfield.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And Eric Gwynn standing next to him.
Oh my gosh! Before the show's over, if you're able to find that, we'll throw it up on the screen.
Because I mean, like, Eric is looking him square in the nipple.
Yep. I used to tell 6ix9ine, I'll be like, hey, if anybody ever messes with you or gives you a hard time, you let me know.
Yeah.
I'll take. I'll
Yeah,
take
there's
that.
nothing more intimidating than looking at a man squarely in the round nipple.
And for a big, intimidating man, he is one of the nicest people
Yeah,
you'd
he
ever
is.
meet. He's awesome.
Yep. Okay, so yep, there's your answer. We're gonna skip Jackson 5 and save that for last. The second to last one that we've got though is a little CCR, Creedence Clearwater Revival. First one to answer this one from the song "Looking Out My Back Door."
Okay.
Okay. Tambourines and elephants are playing in the band.
Something. Look at all the. Something. Look at all.
Look at them all.
Look at all the poo that's on the street. I got some in my hand.
Oh man, Gene, how'd you know?
Hey, sounds good to me.
Well, it's actually not on your hand. It's in the flying spoon. It says, "Won't you take a ride on the flying spoon? Won't you take a ride on the
So
flying-"
close.
Yeah. Yep.
So close.
Yep. Poo, spoon, close.
Spoon,
Okay.
hand.
Okay. The time has come, gentlemen.
Okay.
The Jackson 5. I'll be there.
Oh.
Okay.
Which Mariah Carey.
She did, didn't she?
Yep.
Okay. So the lyrics in question are, "You and I must make a pact."
Eric, what say thee?
I don't know. I really don't. You and I don't really.
Nothing?
No, I have nothing.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. Or something like that. We've never sounded better, gentlemen. We've never sounded better. Okay. So, enough of that.
I was highly confident that I would have
But we didn't
no
do
idea.
the free one. Wasn't there a free?
Did we not? Did we skip free?
Yeah, we
Skip
don't-
free.
Oh, we can't be skipping free. Here, I thought it was a free space.
Ah.
All right, now.
Okay.
Okay.
Very close, Crane.
Now, I've got a lot of confidence in both of you on this one, so prove me right, please. Okay, here we go. I took her home to my place.
Watching every move on her face.
Ooh, for the win! Gene gets all the points. Gene, you point hoarder. As if winning the game wasn't enough. All the bonuses you swept with, too.
Sorry, man.
If anybody knows me, I am horrible with lyrics.
And what's funny, I actually, part of my drum kit, there is a music stand on my left side
Okay.
with a 3-ring binder, old school, not a
Yes.
tablet or anything, old school 3-ring binder with every lyric sheet that I sing. It's right there for me to look at.
Yeah.
And who did I steal that from? Billy Joel.
Oh, really?
We saw Billy Joel, my wife and I, years ago.
Yeah.
And he's at his grand piano and he's got a 3-ring binder in front of him, and he goes, "I'm old. I've written a lot of songs, so get over it." And he flips through there and finds the next song. And he literally has the lyric sheet out of a 3-ring binder staring right in front of him.
Wow.
I was
That's
like,
awesome.
I was like, I'm okay with that now.
I still do it. I still keep my lyrics on the floor so people can't see it.
I don't
Right.
care if they see it.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah. You'd rather people see that you're reading versus looking like a fool and not knowing the words.
Oh,
No,
look,
there's-
oh,
yeah.
look, apathy. I don't care.
Right. Wild.
And looking at these comments, people that are playing along with this
Yeah.
are really killing it. So kudos to you guys. Good job. So I want to say real quick before we move on, I was over at Tara Fritz's birthday party this week, and I wanted to say happy birthday to Tara and a shout out to the Unsung Dreamers podcast, the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. Be sure to check them out. They're doing Facebook Live exactly like this. And theirs is Thursday nights at 7. And they do have an actual audio podcast, but because of all the stuff that's on their plate, the quarantine, et cetera, in life. That's kind of on pause for right now, but they've really been having a great time. I've actually even jumped in on some of their online stuff, and it's a hoot. So if you're digging this, be sure to go and check out the Unsung Dreamers, and they're doing a lot of fun stuff over there as well. So
those are some great pieces they put together.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And on their actual audio show, they do a lot of deep dives. I've told them a million times. I don't know if they dig this analogy or not, but to me, it's a lot like a local behind the music, like VH1 behind the music, to where you're actually able to get the deep dive and kind of really get to know the foundation of the person that you go and see when you go out and watch the band. And I think that's really cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing them get back into that, as well as doing the live streams. So
I think they should have Gene on there.
I think so too. I know that they've said in the past, anyway, that they've got, a whole list of people that they want to get to. And I understand too. I've got 2 guests with me all the time, and I think for me, that's a perfect balance, but a lot of people have more than 2 people in their band. So to have the 2 of them host plus, a full band, everybody's talking on top of each other, and it just doesn't make for good podcast material.
Right.
So I understand that they're going through the rotation too of, get one person from a band, get a person from this band, and then come back and get another person from this band, another, and so on and so forth. So needless to say, go check them out. Unsung Dreamers podcast, the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. And gentlemen, let's play another game.
Yes.
Woo! Okay, so you guys seem to be less knowledgeable in your lyrics, but very knowledgeable in your random trivia. So we're gonna test that out.
Okay.
Man,
I was waiting for a Night Ranger song to start.
Yeah.
our graphics department's been killing it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Let's see here. Oh, by the way, Paul Tomlinson says, check out the Russ Weatherby episode of Unsung Dreamers. Yes, and hear all about the story of grapefruits and the significance of grapefruits and Russ Weatherby.
Oh, okay. I'll have
If you don't know that story, you're missing it.
yeah, I need to
Okay, so music trivia. Gentlemen, let's begin.
start your engines.
The Doors was the first band to ever advertise a new album. Oh, by the way, you can use these little dry erase boards if you'd like to do so to write your answer.
Ooh.
Kind of like Jeopardy.
Yeah, Gene. That's the Gene cam. There's stuff over there. You got this. I wanna hold your hand. No, I don't.
Jared, I'll take Doors for 200.
Doors for 200. Okay. Well, I don't have 200, but I do have some doors. So, all right. The Doors was the first band to ever advertise a new album. A, on a yard sign. B, on a billboard. C, in a newspaper. Or D, on television. All right, gentlemen, your answers, please. D, TV is what Gene says. Eric is over there doodling. A little doodle.
I like to doodle.
What's your answer, Eric?
Like the dado.
I like to doodle.
I like to doodle.
It's my love.
I also like to do little.
You can just put the letter because
Yeah, you really could. You don't have to write it all out.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
please show your work.
I always hated that.
I'll
That
take
was a thing on
Casting
Facebook
to
just
mess
this week.
up.
Somebody asking about how you add
I'm just
what
gonna,
was it, like 6 + 8, and how show your work for that. And I'm like, you should just know the answer. How about that?
That's a lot of hash marks.
Right. It's a lot of pound signs.
I'm just gonna.
Oh man.
You realize there's a time limit to
Yeah.
this.
Hey Eric,
Oh,
this is
there we
there you go.
Oh, finally.
B. Okay, now this better be the right answer as long as that took you.
Yeah, I know, right?
The answer is wait, let's see. Anybody online have an answer for this? I don't see anybody chiming in yet.
Here we go. With a brand new car.
You have to catch up next time. B, on a billboard is the correct answer.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see here. Jeff Ford says, today, Eric.
I know.
I'm throwing that up because everybody needs to
No,
see
that's
that.
no, he's right.
Oh,
He's
that's the
right.
wrong one. Brian said D. Nope, not on television.
I was with you, Brian.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yep.
I know, Jeff. I know.
Yeah, on television would have actually been a pretty
Yeah.
a good guess.
As many people that know me, I'm horrible at making decisions.
Okay, well, today's the day to turn that shit around,
I know,
Eric.
Right,
And this is the reason we give you a song list.
Yes.
All right, let's try another question, shall we?
Oh, what did
Leonard Skinner got their name from a high school teacher, Leonard
Oh.
Skinner, who suspended students for A, having long hair, B, chewing gum in the hallways, C, wearing the color green, or D, humming in class.
Time's up.
Boom. Oh, Eric, I'm impressed with your skills. All right, Gene says A, having long hair, and Eric also says long hair. Let's see.
Magnagamous.
Let's see if this magnanimous.
Hey.
Kim also says A. Okay. Ben says B. The final answer is the final answer. A. Having long hair.
Hey.
Get a haircut, you damn hippie.
Hey, I'll do my Fonzie.
Hey. I don't think the Terminator had thumbs, especially articulating thumbs.
Oh,
Anybody else double jointed in the thumbs?
yes, this one.
Random.
My left one.
Yeah. See, the stuff that you learn on the Audio Roast podcast is mind-boggling, let me tell you. So, better stick to drumming, Gene.
I got nothing.
All right, let's try another. Queen has the longest-running blank according to the Guinness Book of World Records. A, fan club. B, record spent at number 1 on the top 40 charts. C, display held at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Or D, rock song. Which does Queen have the longest running of, according to the Guinness Book of World Records?
Well, it shouldn't be Rock Song because 2112 is a freaking album side.
Yeah.
Jeff Ford says the Terminator wasn't 5 feet tall either. Jeff, we got to have you on the show if for nothing else, our laugh track.
You stop it, Jeff.
Cut it out, man.
You stop it.
Jeff, what you can't see is the fact that I'm watching Eric's little feet swing above the floor. While he's sitting.
Yes. I cannot touch the floor.
All we see is the chair swaying this way and that way, and it's just him kicking his feet.
He looks happy. He's just trying to get a toe hold somewhere.
Hi, Kim. I don't know who you are, but hi.
She's a friend of mine. I actually used to cut her hair for a long time, and we became really good friends. And she's also a big supporter of local music.
Oh,
so,
good. Nice to meet you, Kim.
Jeff says, "I'm there, dude. Cool. You're actually not here, but maybe in weeks to come we'll get you here. I've actually got a really good show idea for Jeff Ward to be on. So, looks like everybody's saying A. Guys, what are your answers here?
I can't really see it. Real
Okay,
well.
again, I'll read it for you.
Up. Blow it up here.
A, fan club. B, record spent at number 1 on the top 40 charts. C, display held at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Or D, the longest running rock song.
I'm going to go with.
That's funny.
We're going to some C's. Let's see what the internet says.
Internet.
Kim says A. Brian says A.
Hey.
And the answer is...
Wikipedia says fan club.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Okay, the answer is A. Fan
Ah.
club. They've had the longest running fan club, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. Ashley Berry, you were going to say C, and I was going to say, you're wrong!
You're freaking rude.
B.
Let's try another one. Oh, the good old Jackson 5.
Yes.
The Jackson 5 had 4 number 1 hits on the U.S. Billboard's Hot 100 chart in 1970. Which single was their first chart topper? Was it A, I Want You Back? Was it B, ABC? Was it C, The Love You Save? Or D, I'll Be There?
I already got that one. That is one way of doing it. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to guess that you've got you got either the right or wrong song, but you definitely have the right answer. That's wow. I didn't see that one coming, and that's great. Let's just go ahead and find out what the answer is here.
I liked that. Gosh, why did I not?
Yeah,
think of
I
that?
mean, Eric, you could have copied. I wouldn't have given you in school suspension.
If it's I'll be there, I'm screwed.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's see here. The answer is I Want You
I
Back.
got it right. Yes. I
Boom.
had A and B and C.
Gene got it right. circle all the
These
dots.
genes, I'm telling you, they find a workaround for everything.
That was great. Gene, that was awesome.
Oh, my
I love
goodness.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff Ford says B as well.
Yes.
Okay, let's try another one. The Beatles released their final album a month after they officially broke up. When did this album come out? March 1970, May 1970, June 1970, or January 1971?
I should know this. I'm going to take a stab at this.
Gene says C, June 1970, and Eric says A, March of 1970.
I thought I'd go with my birthday month.
Oh, okay, that's a fair call.
You were born in March of 1970?
Well, March, but not 1970. 3 years later.
3 years later. Brian Bencourt says D. I'm sorry, Betancourt. Kim Gromery says D. And Corrine says, I think C. Well, let's see what the answer is here, ladies and gentlemen. The answer is B, May of 1970.
And you know what's crazy? I almost went with that.
Did you?
Picked
You almost went against your own birthday month? How could you,
I
Eric?
know it.
My goodness.
I know.
I had a 25% chance.
The world we live in.
I know it. I almost picked B. Damn it.
Okay. Edwin Starr had his only #1 hit on the Billboard's top 40 pop singles in 1970. Which song was it? Was it A, Stop the War Now, B, Double Agent Oh Soul, C, 5 Miles, or D, War?
Whoa.
Wow.
Good
I look
God.
up and everybody's, ha! Huh,
What is it good for?
ha,
Absolutely
nothing.
Say it again. I'll say it out. Whoa. Huh. Good God. Ha. James Brown, jump back. Ew, Christmas smell. Christmas smell.
I always wish James Brown would have covered that song.
I wish he wasn't
That
so
would've
high
been-
on life he could have.
That would have been a perfect song for Mr. James Brown.
Yeah, I'm going to skip the Jeopardy music. We didn't even need it. The answer is D, Wah.
Good God.
Ha!
Huh.
What it isn't good for.
Absolutely nothing.
Anybody else need to go and watch Rush Hour now because of this?
Oh, that was a great movie. I love that.
That's good stuff.
Jackie Chan.
I cannot listen to that song and not do the little dance that they do in that movie.
They
So,
made a great pair.
They did.
That was a great team.
for sure. Jeff Ward.
Right.
Jeff Ward says D. Triple D's.
Ooh, I like some triple
Tripe D's.
Tripe
Triple D's. Yeah, leave it to Jeff to not be satisfied with double D's.
Gotta have the triple there.
All right. In February of 1970, Baby Take Me in Your Arms became a hit song for which one of the following artists? Christy, Derek, Jefferson, or Keith?
Christy, Derek, Jefferson. Oh my boy, I don't know.
Eric, the music's done. You must choose
I
an
know.
answer.
Take me
Right.
back.
It's like, the song's over and he's still playing bass solo over there.
There's
Yeah.
no money on this.
Right.
You-
But there again,
is it D,
I can't
Keith
stress
Moon?
this enough. There's all the points in the world that are so valuable at stake here. So, and I'm over here tallying them up and keeping score.
I'm
So,
sorry.
yeah. So that being said, Eric, what's your answer?
I picked D, Keith Moon.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Moon.
And Gene says A, Christy. The internets say nothing yet.
I know. I
I'm
got
sure,
this
the
wrong.
good old 30-second live stream delay.
I went with a quick A because I have absolutely no idea.
A. Thomas Jefferson, sucker.
Oh.
It's actually just Jefferson.
And at the end of it should say Starship.
Right. Depends on the lineup. Kind of like Crosby, Stills, Neil, Young, Nash, all, something like that. I need more notes.
You need more coffee.
Yeah, I do. I do. My cup runneth low.
Right now we're here for coffee talk.
All right, let's do one more of these music trivia questions here. Founded in California in 1970 with John Hartman on drums, this band added a second drummer in 1971 and has stuck with that format ever since. Is that A, the Allman Brothers, B, the Bellamy Brothers, C, the California Brothers, or D, the Doobie Brothers?
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Eric's going with the Allman Brothers, and Gene is going with the Doobie Brothers. Okay. All right. That says a lot about your personalities.
Oh. Far out, man.
Like, totally dig it, bro. This is groovy. Brian says D. Lisa says D. And Jeff says D. No triple D, just a single D on that one from Jeff. Let's find out what the answer is.
Breast reduction.
Tis the Doobie Brothers.
Of course it is.
Mother. Allman Brothers, they had two drummers, didn't they?
Yeah, but unfortunately, one of them wasn't named John Hartman.
Yes, that's a
very
critical
big clue.
Yeah.
Huge, huge.
Huge.
Wow.
A huge clue.
Well, let's see here. I didn't know that.
Yeah, sir. So, so here's yeah.
Test it by that.
I had no
much.
idea.
That is music trivia with Gene Whedon and Eric Gwynn here on the Audio Roast podcast. We're going to take one last quick little less than a minute break, and we'll be right back with another game.
I'm going to do this with my sunglasses on.
Oh.
Are you interested in being a guest? We want you. Please message or email if you are interested in becoming a guest for the show. We'd love to have music lovers of all kinds join in on our fun. Message and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the Audio Roast Podcast. Or send us an email with questions, comments, suggestions, or topics you'd like to hear discussed to the Audio Roast Podcast at gmail.com.
Just like that, we're back. You missed us? We missed you.
We missed it. You're back.
Okay, so we've got one final segment that we're going to do today. Guys, I've saved the best for last. This is actually my favorite segment that we do. This is actually the beginning of what created the show. This was the idea that I came up with, and we were actually going to do the whole show as this, and I decided to make this into just a segment. And so this is covering covers.
That was some low end.
Man, I'm telling you, that's bassy. That's beefy.
That was like, what, 30 hertz?
Oh,
I think it was actually 22.3.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Again, we touched on this earlier, but talk about all the low end in the mix on modern music. It's definitely, there you go.
The ladies love the low end.
They do. Yeah. There's something I want to say, but I'll move on about the low end.
So many opportunities.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'll just say it.
The door just swung open.
I'll just say it. So, Gene, you seem to know your journey trivia very well. In my band, old band, Sunset Strip, we used to play Journey, and every time before we would play a Journey song, our bass player would yell out, "Bitches love Journey!"
Let me guess, Snyder?
No, Josh. Yep, Josh Chilton. Yep. Yeah.
We have a terrible thing we do on stage, which is whenever we're getting ready to do, well, not just Journey, but something that's like the antithesis. It's so terrible. I'll get in the microphone and go, "Okay, who likes AC/DC?" There'll be like, 50 people. Yeah! And we'll start off with a Journey song.
Perfect.
Nice.
Dean and Paul are looking at me like, "Dude, stop doing that. You're going to piss somebody off."
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I in my production company, I do a lot of work with the Dirty Saints, and they are known for doing the same kind of thing in a different way. They'll have like a keyboard intro to a Journey song, and then they'll take that and turn it into a different Journey song that's more rocking. So you see the beginning, on the piano, and you hear it, and you're like, "Oh, I'm going to take my sweetheart and go out on the dance floor." And you see him, and like they play just enough for him to kind of get two little shuffles in and change it up, and everybody's like, "Separate ways."
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it helps when you've got Richard Kittleman on keyboards who knows every song known to mankind.
Yeah,
true.
Mr. Journey tribute himself. Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed. Okay, so again, as a reminder, all of these songs and artists and whatnot that we're covering and covering covers, again, is from the year 1970.
All right.
So some of these are going to be really great. Some of these are really going to suck, and we're just going to let them have it.
Okay.
So there's going to be a randomizer. So it picks which video, like you see right here. Gene, tell us when to stop.
Stop.
Layla by the Scary Pockets, as done by Derek and the Dominoes. Okay, real quick, I want to tell you about this. This was filmed in April of 2019 at Union Stage in Washington, D.C. This is, it's actually a funk version of Layla, and they're described as a rotating roster of the best session musicians in the Los Angeles area, and they release weekly videos in pursuit of the funk. Their YouTube channel has over 123 million views. So let's check out the Scary Pockets.
Yep.
What do you do when you get lonely? No one waiting by your side. You've been running hiding much too long. No, it's just your foolish pride. Layla, got me on my knees, Layla. Got me begging, please, Layla. Darling, won't you ease my blood mind? Trying to give you consolation when your old man let you down. But just like a fool, I went and fell in love with you. Until my whole
Some good bass work, too.
Layla,
Oh, snap.
got me on my knees, Layla. Got me begging, please, Layla.
This song really conforms to funk well, I think.
Ease my blood mind.
Most songs do in the right hands.
True.
Yeah.
True. Very true. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Scary Pockets.
Yep.
That same keyboard player's there almost every time.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good. Yeah, like I said, they upload stuff every week. So if you like that, they have a plethora of stuff to choose from.
A lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
That I like that a lot.
Yep, for sure. Okay, I'm going to hit this randomizer, and Eric, you tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Maybe I'm Amazed by Buff Carell, as done by Paul McCartney.
Yes.
So this video was uploaded March 27th of 2020. So this is a brand new video. It has 4,386 views as of the making of this show, and he has 301,000 subscribers. Wow. So I think this could be really good. Let's check out Buff Carell.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Buff Crow, baby. Back him up at the levels. You know how to do that. It's your boy Buff Crow. Do tell him the levels and the four ranks. We're gonna push it like we do tonight. We're gonna do.
Is that a
Baby
picture of
I'm Amazed
himself
by Paul
on his wall?
McCartney.
I guess so.
That's from the Beatles. I don't know if he was the lead singer.
I think I'm seeing that right. That's what that is.
Paul London, not Paul London, but Aha! Somebody's gonna have to write that for me. I don't know exactly who is that, but it's gonna move.
There's
it
only
up
4.
and
You don't
stroke it
know
out.
him?
Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney. Let's get it. Ready, set, go.
What the hell video did I just pick?
pick?
Oh, great. I would have to pick the.
Oh my God. Eric, what have you done to us?
I don't know.
Oh my God. I'm glad he's warmed up. This should be good.
He's getting ready to do it.
What is he doing? Everybody wants.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time.
Gong.
Bob, where's the dong?
Gong. Gong.
Stop, please, sir. Yes. Oh my God.
Oh wow. Why is he sweating so much?
Because he's working so hard.
Look at what it did in my eyes right now. It just made my eyes crossed.
Yeah.
We don't understand why he's singing.
I don't understand why he's doing all these dance moves to the Beatles. Here we go. Here we go. Get your heart out, Mariah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said
Oh my God! Wow! Wow! That's-
he said yeah.
yeah!
No singers were used during the making of this video.
Oh my! Right. Holy shit! What just happened,
I'm
Eric?
on fire now, man.
Eric, I don't think I'm going to allow you to hit that random button again.
No.
Jesus. Oh
Yeah,
my God! I'm sorry.
I know, Jeff. Nice pick.
I'm sorry to our listeners.
Oh my God!
Kim says
me
my
now.
ears.
Jeff, shoot me now.
My ears are bleeding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Oh.
That was just downright
Okay.
awful.
All right, Gene. Please don't do us dirty. Tell us when to stop.
Stop.
Ooh, Child in Time.
Ooh.
Stormbringer.
That's a
as
good
done by Deep Purple. Okay.
Yes.
Let me go through my little Rolodex here.
Watch, it'll be another.
Child in Time by Stormbringer. I'm pretty sure this is
a great
a
song.
German band, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It was uploaded July 23rd of 2012 and recorded in the Theater Periscope in the Netherlands. This video has 52,000 views and they have 257,000 subscribers. And they're actually a Deep Purple tribute band. So hopefully Gene has gotten us out of this funk, if you will, that we were just in with this last guy. So
God, that
again,
made me
this is Stormbringer. Let's check out Child in
That
Time.
made me want to drink.
Sweet child in time, your seed of line.
I got to open for Deep Purple.
That's
really cool.
Between good and bad. See the blind man shooting at the world, bullets flying, oh, taking toll. If you've been bad, oh Lord, I bet you have. And you've not been hit, oh, by flying.
Sounds really good. His voice and the organ both.
You better close your eyes.
I was waiting for that.
Bow your
He looks a lot like Ian Gillan too.
Yeah.
Wait for the ricochet.
Such a good song.
I wanna hear you sing.
Now he's gonna really.
Here we go.
for it. Oh, there's Richie Blackmore right there.
I want to hear you sing.
There it is, Gene.
Yes.
It's the screaming song.
Here you go. Here you go.
Not me. That's not my note.
Jeff Ward says Jared likes the way that guy plays the organ.
All right.
Impressive. Yeah. That's what you say yeah
He's
to.
obviously a heavy smoker.
Yeah. 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 Oh, man. Good stuff.
At the end of the song, I think it goes.
All right, Eric, I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself here.
Yeah. God, I want to go through that.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Tell us when.
Stop. Ah.
The Immigrant Song by Death May Die.
Wow.
Led Zeppelin.
This sounds scary.
Oh, boy. Okay, well, let's... all I don't really know a lot about this video. I know it was uploaded October 17th of 2012.
Wow.
That's really about all I know. So let's just see what we're in for, shall we?
in singing.
Yeah, you know.
Got a guy with Kiss makeup on and a bass player from Hogwarts.
Lisa Bedencourt says, my makeup after a long night out. That's about 3 long nights out.
I've seen that makeup, Lisa. I've seen it.
Oh, Brian says he likes my dancing.
Oh, nice.
That was Eric dancing last week. Yep.
Look, the bass player's actually doing the run.
That's a hard run
That's
to do.
so
Yes.
hard.
Yeah, it is. Especially cleanly like that.
Every time a band tries to pull this song off, I'm always watching the bass player right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. Jeff Ward says, who is Death May Die? Do you guys know who Death May Die is?
I've heard of them.
Have you?
No.
I think their lead singer is sitting right across from you.
Oh.
That was I almost said my old band. I'm still in that band. We've been together for over 12 years now.
And that was you wearing that makeup.
That was me. That
I
was
didn't
down.
recognize you.
Well, actually, now that I flip my card around, I have all kinds of information about that video. Yeah, no, that was at the Outland downstairs, and that was on a Monday night. And I just wanted to kind of showcase that it doesn't have to be a Friday or Saturday night to have a good crowd, especially here in Springfield. I hear people all the time talk about how hard it is to get people out and stuff, but I don't care who you are or what style. If you do something quality, people will come. So
I am so relieved that I had no disparaging comments about that.
I actually gave a heads up to the guys, and I was like, "You got to watch tonight." And they were all game. Like it's almost 10 years old, that video.
Yeah.
So we've grown as musicians, but it was like I don't have very many opportunities because in my band Death May Die, we write all of our own music, and we'll throw in like a cover in a show. And so that's one that we did. So to be able to throw it in on the show, on the Audio Roast podcast, it's a 1 in a million shot, and I just happened to be able to do it. So I did it.
Now I remember. Now I do remember you being in that band Death May Die.
Yeah. Yep. Indeed.
I had to refresh my memory on that.
And Lisa, I'm here to tell you that makeup does last all night, and it's hard to get off. So yeah, needless to say,
Who was your bass player?
Cody Schmidt is my bass player.
I don't.
Yeah.
know.
Do you still have the beard?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Guess I don't know him.
It's and again, that's 10 years old. He hasn't cut it once since. So
Wow.
yeah, it's
So
what
now
you saw there is.
Now you can just put it in his pocket.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Now, Jared, didn't you do a King Diamond tribute?
I did do a King Diamond tribute. Yeah. So that's also
remember-
really funny that you said something about King Diamond, Gene. Because I'm also in a King Diamond tribute band.
Right.
And our drummer from Death May Die is the same drummer that we have in Eye of the Witch, our King Diamond tribute band. So we actually had Jeff Stone play bass in the King Diamond.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Yep. So and the spot was offered to Cody, and the door's always open there. Cody is a very creative person. That's also part of why we only do like 1, maybe 2, if we have a long set of cover songs, because he likes to have that creative flow of making his own material and giving it to people. So, but yeah, so that's Death May Die.
All right.
Gene,
Oh,
tell us when.
stop.
No Matter What by Rumor, as done by Badfinger. You guys familiar with this song?
No matter what you
Yep. So this was published on November 2nd of 2010, but it was recorded all the way back in 1995 at the Jubilation in Bedford, Texas.
Bedford, Texas.
Good old Bedford, Texas, down at Jubilation.
Boy, I hope you can beat a full hat.
This video has 3,270 views, and it was uploaded by Billy Casey, who has 293 subscribers. So let's check out No Matter What. This is the Jubilation. If I didn't know better, I'd say this is Richard Kittleman's basement.
A drummer singing, that's crap.
Hey.
That is absolute crap. You can't be doing that.
Yeah. You know what I don't see there, Gene? I don't see any lyrics.
Boy, he's obviously talented.
Ah, a humble man. I can't tell. I think the backup singer in the black dress, I'm pretty sure that's, I hope they show it again. Yep. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Scott Henry right there in the black dress. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's definitely pre-perm Scott Henry.
No matter where you go.
Chewing his gum, too. My choir teacher would have had my ass.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep, indeed.
It's actually pretty well done.
That was actually really well done. And I'm assuming that came off of VHS, and that was, I mean, I heard it fairly decently. I mean, obviously it's not a HD mix, but
Right.
but yeah. Jeff Ward says a skinnier Scott. Back in the day, whenever Scott Henry was delving in the King Diamond makeup as well, he just went on the softer side of things, you might say.
All right.
That was Scott Henry and the Triple D.
And the Triple D's. Oh, good stuff. Man, guys, I want to say thanks for being here tonight. I've had a really good time. I hope you guys have enjoyed your time here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, thank you for the short notice and making it happen tonight. I want to give you guys a chance again to plug your upcoming shows. Eric, I know you said you had different things in the works. You're doing a Heart Tribute Band, and again, do you have a date set or anything for a first show?
Paul said.
I think we're looking at August or September or somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Very good. And then Gene, I know Innuendo is doing the Licks, the live interactive concert series at Shuffle next week. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'd be a week from today.
Okay.
Oh, good.
You bet.
Very cool. At
So,
7 o'clock.
I think it's Mood Ring. Is it Mood Ring Circus today?
Mood Ring Circus. Yep. And they start here in about 20 minutes or so, it looks like. So
in 7 days and 20 minutes, it'll be us.
7 days and 20
7
minutes.
days and 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what quarantining will do. It makes you
right.
count down to the minute.
And then on July 18th, we'll be back at Shuffle again with
Okay.
a regular show. Hopefully, all the bands and distancing stuff will be lifted, so we can have a nice
Yeah,
bunch of people out there.
for sure. Now, are you guys playing that show by yourself, or do you have anybody else playing along with you?
It's just us.
Cool.
And unless a bunch of other people show up, and the stage becomes a rotating
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
menagerie of folks.
Yep. By the way, do you enjoy it when that happens, or are you like, get the hell off my stage, people?
No, I think it's cool. I mean,
I do too.
because I don't know. It's Springfield's got such an amazing music community. There's for no bigger than this metropolitan area is the amount of amazing musicians consistently blows my mind, and there's no greater compliment for I think for me as a musician, there's no greater compliment when I can look out in a crowd and see people that I know and I go, that person's awesome, that person's awesome. Holy crap, I can't believe they're here. And I love watching him on stage or her on stage. I mean, there's when those people show up and then they want to and they're willing to come up and play and sing with you. It's like, come on up. This is great.
Right.
So
Yep.
yeah, no, there's no better compliment. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Paul Tomlinson said this was a load of fun, guys. Looking forward to more for show. Yeah, on the having other people on stage, I'll be honest, I've changed my mind over the course of time. I used to absolutely hate it because we worked so hard in practice to make sure that we knew the songs and that we were together from the start to the end of them, that anytime you throw in kind of a missing link, sort of say, with somebody else on stage, you take that chance of that balancing act of, are they going to know how we do it and be able to hang in there and stuff? But that's really what makes it fun, and that's honestly what makes it musicians, is being able to read each other in the moment and stuff and still be able to pull things off. So I have done 180 for the most part. Now, there's some times where it's like, okay, now this is my song. People know me for singing this or know me for playing this.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's really cool to just bring community together and get everybody on stage. That's great.
And it's fun when it absolutely comes undone. One of my favorite lines from Scott Henry is one of them came undone one time when somebody was filling in something. He gets up in the mic and goes, folks, if you watch CNN tonight, you can see the live footage of that train wreck.
Oh, man, that's great. Kim says, can't wait until restrictions ease up to come watch you guys play live. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep, very cool. Same. We can't wait to get out there and play for you guys. So, all that being said, I want to say thanks to all of you for tuning in and watching us tonight. When this is over, be sure to share it to your page and stuff and tell somebody about it. Even if you tell one person, you're doing us a big favor here at the Audio Roast Podcast. So next week, again, just to recap, we're doing a classic album clash where we take 2 albums from the same artist and bout them head to head versus one another, and take them track by track to determine which is the better album. And next week we're going Backstreet's Back. All right. So I do already have one guest booked for next week's show, but if you out there are a Backstreet Boys fan and I don't know about it, and I'm telling you I don't know about it, you need to hit me up this week and let me know, because you could be sitting right here on the show and I'd love to have you talk all things boy bands. So if that's your shtick, we got a seat for you. So we're going to sign off here tonight, and I want to say one more time thanks to Gene and to Eric for being here tonight. And be sure to check out the Mood Ring Circus over at Shuffle. You can check out on their Facebook page, or even Tom Hembry, who's doing the whole thing. It's also streaming from his page as well. So thank you very much, and we will see you next week. See ya.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you, Jared.